Yo, what's good, gang? I know it's been a long time coming, but I'm finally happy to share this project with you. You know what I'm saying? Um, Over here on the channel and on my page, you know what I'm saying? If you know me or if you've been following me for a while, you know that one of my big goals is making a magazine, whether that's online, um, published, you know what I'm saying? If it's like an account, like on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? That's really something I want to do. Um, I really like showcasing other people and their talents and stuff like that. Shit, so what's good, gang?
Shit, not too much, man. Chilling.
So here we got the first edition, Visions Mag. All right. We got my boy Howlr in the spot, Howlr in the building.
Oh,
The
God.
studio, big up the man Dev.
So, my name is Alex Gonzalez. I'm a barber from Syracuse, New York. I cut hair here in Eastwood. We got Clips Eastwood, so come check us out.
This kind of went through a couple different editing stages. This was originally supposed to feature 3 people, but I decided to shave it down to 2. Just because I feel like with these 2 interviews that we had, they shared a lot of similar themes and kind of a very similar message. And especially for my first episode of this, I wanted to be really central. So I'm gonna end up putting that other interview and another video in a different way. But for this one, the big thing that we're focusing on is just like the title says, you know what I'm saying, more than just a hustle. Just as another artist, you feel me, like I really like have a different appreciation for the type of stuff that you do. You know what I'm saying? Your beats, like they all have like a different sound to it, but it's like the same style. And like the way that you play off trends and stuff, you feel me, like you take the trend on and you kind of make it yourself. How did you like end up developing that type of style? You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. I guess like just seeing like what songs are kind of like popping in the billboards. You know what I mean? Like I remember when Lil Baby and ESTG and all them got on like this one like energy type beat, and it was like it was a lot more mainstream then, especially when like Rio like started building his fan base. So I just started like cooking up stuff that I know people are trying to like rap on. At the same time, it's kind of like it's stuff I like and I like to listen to. So like it's also stuff that I like to make. But I also like was influenced from music before I was making music. So that's what I use.
So what pushed you? So like what inspired you to do that? Like what was that thing before?
Shoot, what was that thing beforehand? I would say like when me and my friends listen to music, like we'll remember. Like when you hear a song like a couple years down the line, you remember like the times like you first heard the track and everybody was going up to it. So like I kind of wanted to just have music like that, like memorable music. You know what I mean?
You wanted to like be more than just like background.
Yeah, like I want to make like I don't want to just like make the album. Like I want to be the song that's the hottest song on the album. You know what I mean? That one that everybody fucked with. Yeah, that's what I be trying to do. And just make like nostalgic music, like when people hear like a sample or something, like my grandma used to listen to this kind of music, or like this is what I listened to growing up type shit. Like, I don't know, just shit like that. Nostalgic music, I'll say.
Yeah, because I do notice that you play with samples a lot.
Yeah, sampling's great, because that's what everybody do. Like, everything's always like a remix of the past, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything always comes full circle.
Anyone who knows me for real knows that I'm a big advocator of do what you love. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that no matter what you do, you know what I'm saying, and no matter how much money you make, you have to do what you really love. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable in life, because at that point, what are you even doing it for? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people end up chasing certain dreams, quote unquote, just for a bag or just to get some money or some clout. And then at the end of the day, they're like miserable and they're hollow as a person because they're not doing something that feeds their soul. What started you on like your barber journey? You feel me? Like,
So-
what made you want to like deep dive into like, you know, becoming a barber? Because you're an apprentice here, right?
Right.
And you're trying to get like your license.
Mhm.
So like, how did that start? How did that go?
Actually becoming an apprentice or cutting hair in general.
Well, we could do cutting hair.
Okay, so I was really working a lot of fast food jobs, Taco Bell, McDonald's, stuff like that. That was really how I started working. And I always kind of felt like it wasn't for me. I was always the hardest worker out of everybody there, you know what I mean? And I felt like it was so wasted because I mean, most of these people don't want to be here, and then I'm like so ready to work and just get things done. It's like I knew that I had more to do than to just work an average job. A lot of weird things happened quick, and the job that I did have at Taco Bell, it started to like get bad. I started to work less and less hours. Wasn't really getting many hours. $170 checks sometimes in a week. Like, you know what I mean? We can't do nothing with that. You know what I mean? So I ended up just quitting one day. I didn't really have a plan in mind. I mean, I've always liked cutting hair. Just the idea of it. Videos, 360 Jeezy. You know what I mean? Get Beamed. Some of those guys that a lot of people know, just even if they don't cut, they just like to watch these guys. So I always kind of watched those randomly, but I didn't really have no idea what I was gonna do. I just knew this wasn't for me. So I just walked out Taco Bell one day and knew I wasn't coming back. And I decided to cut hair. I don't really know how. I can't explain it. I just, I went and sold a pair of sneakers, bought a cheap pair of clippers and trimmers and stuff like that. And he was actually right there with me. We've been friends since pre-K. So he was the one. He let me, fuck with his beard, line his beard up and stuff like that. And then I just kept going with that.
How long do you think it took you to start getting nice?
I feel like it depends on what you consider nice, because I didn't use spray, enhancements, any of that stuff like that for a while. You know what I mean? A lot of people learn how to cut hair with that. So it's like, I really did dig deep into just learning the real art of cutting hair, like actual fades and lineups without all that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really practiced that for a long time, and I wanted to be natural. I didn't want to use any of that. And then once I did, I felt like I really had started to take off, because I'm giving out a good haircut under the paint.
Right.
And that's a big thing nowadays. Is like a lot of people aren't doing that. You know what I mean? Like,
everybody's painting everything on, everybody's spraying everything on. That's
right. And so I felt like that was one of the most important things for me, was to just continue to work without it, use it absolute last, you know what I mean? Just so that people understand that they look good without it before they get it. And once I got that message out to most people, I started to go up. People started to see what I meant, you know what I mean? Take me more serious and stuff like that. So that's...
It's not supposed to like hide your work. It's supposed to be exactly what they
enhance your work. Absolutely, yeah, for sure. So I think once I started to like get that message out, like, you know what I mean, I cut hair, that enhanced. People really started to rock with that, and they started to understand. And that's where I truly felt like I had got the nicest or the best. And I'd say that was mostly like the shop 315. I don't know if you heard of Anthony Duvergel, Duve, got Chastity, bunch of good barbers in there, you know what I'm saying? So Aja Brown, she came from there, and I mean, she's in Charlotte doing her thing now. So it's like, I feel like that was where it was like a make or break situation, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you either gonna go there and you're just gonna fall off, or you're gonna go there and you're gonna turn up. So I'd say it's a rough spot. There's a lot of barbers there, so if you're not on top of your stuff, then you might just get washed under the rug, wiped under the rug.
So we had that boy Howlr, we had that boy Alex come in and sit down and basically talk about, their side hustles or their main hustles now. You know what I'm saying? A lot's happened since when I shot these. I shot these over the winter time, and it's the springtime now. It's April. So I know for sure, like, that boy Alex, he's not at Clips Eastwood anymore. He's at the lab. He's in a whole new spot. You know what I'm saying? Still thriving, still grinding. You know what I'm saying? And I know that boy Howlr has been staying mad busy lately. And I know he talks about playing the guitar in here. And I was just on the phone with him yesterday, and he was telling me that he was like just cooking some beats up, and he was really going ham. So, you know what I'm saying? Since the last time that we talked to everybody's been growing, everybody's been grinding, and I love to see it. What's the genre that like you go to when you need some inspiration?
That's a good question. I would say like I just listen to like some of my favorite artists in the time and like look up like some of the beats that they be rapping on, or just like listening to the instrumentals of the beats. So like I listened to like Highway a lot recently, and he got like a slower, like ambient type of bop, but it's like different from what like a lot of other beats sound. So I like listening to his beats. I like listening to my boy Jack beats, cause like he always like every time I see him, bro, he always do some new shit, and I'll be like, bro, like I don't even think to do some of this stuff, and then like once I'm with him, bro, like my mind just start working a whole different way, and then like when I notice like every time that I'm making beats, every time I see him, and then I keep making beats, like I get better cause like we just bounce ideas from each other. Like he really like inspired me to want to like make some new shit, or like even like just try shit, you know what I mean? Cause like I feel like if you're not like consistently trying to do some shit, like you're not evolving. Like if you keep doing the same thing every day, like, that's not even fun either. Like just like incorporate new things, learn a new instrument. Like he got me wanting to play the guitar. I'm about to try to learn to play the guitar. I'm learning to play the piano. Like I'm just trying new shit. It's fun when you can hear something and like you're able to like play it, you know what I mean? Or like you feel like you hear something in your head and now you can actually go to like an instrument and physically do it rather than sit there and click shit in all the time, you know what I mean? Shout out Beats by Jack.
That's exactly what I want this magazine and this series that I have right now to represent. I really wanted to, especially younger people that may not usually show that like artistic side, or you know, maybe you sell clothes or something and people don't know, but you're really popular in your town, you know what I'm saying? I want to give a lot of people that chance to really see like a different side. I really want these people to see a different side of you. Like for you, is it like more than like a job, or is it like a way that you like express yourself, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely would say that it's the way that I express myself, because I like making people feel good. Like it's never really been about the money. When I learned how to cut hair, I was doing it for free, and a lot of people can vouch for that. A lot of people, you know, seen it, got the free cuts themselves. I mean, he was getting free cuts for a long time. So it's like, I didn't really care about the money at first. I genuinely wanted to learn, get good at it, and since I was a kid, it's always been a part of my life. You know what I mean? Going to the barber shop, it's a big thing. I loved it. A lot of kids hated to go to get their hair cut, and I see it as a barber now. Kids don't want to get their cut all the time.
Right.
I loved it. I always wanted to be fresh, always wanted to be clean. And I know how it made me feel when I got a good cut compared to a bad cut. So like to be able to do that for other people, to have kids smile and get excited to see you and be happy about their cut and this, that, and the third is different, because kids are brutally honest. Word up. Kids are brutally honest. So I mean, if they feel like something, they don't like you, or I mean, whatever the case may be, kids always just seem to be super content when it comes to getting a haircut from me. So like that's been one of my biggest things. My first like year one, the shop I was in with like some of my uncles, they didn't cut kids, or at least they didn't want to. So like me being newer, if it was a walk-in, it was a kid, nobody wanted to cut, I was gonna take that first every time. And so I became like the guy cutting the kids, and I grew a love for it because, like I said, I just like to see them get super excited, or give them candy when they leave, you know what I mean? Now next time they see you, they're asking for candy, coming to high five you and all that good stuff. It's a good feeling. It really does give you some sort of a good feeling when, you know what I mean, you go home and you know you did that. Like, you know, you made people's day, you made people look better, feel better. You never know what somebody's going through also, and you know what I mean? Getting to be like, I'm not a therapist of no sort, you know what I mean? But sometimes people come to me and they just get a lot of stuff off their chest, you know what I mean? Talk about their day, relationships, you know, whatever they got going on, you know, losing loved ones and stuff. Sometimes you're going through it, and a haircut, I'm not gonna say it'll save your life, but to just feel good again, look good again, you know what I mean?
All these conversations, we keep them really organic. I really might start writing questions down for the future ones that I do, and like asking everybody the same questions simply for an editing purpose. It would be a little bit easier on my part, but I do like my research on everybody, and I kind of have like a baseline of questions I want to ask, but I kind of, you know, try to have more of a conversation just to help everybody feel more comfortable and, you know, feel like it's really a safe space, and it's really like a place, you know, where I'm trying to show off your talents. Like, I'm not trying to put nobody down, I'm not trying to put nobody on blast or anything like that. I really just want everybody to come and, you know, shine. So I guess that's where we're going with this. Like, what are your favorite collabs? I'd say. You feel me? Because I see you work with mad people, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I see your name on a lot of different shit.
Yeah, nah, there's a lot of producers I fuck with. Obviously I like to work with Jack. From the town, I like to work with Jack, Wilson, Ivy, DJ Execution for sure. Outside of the town, though, I got a couple boys from Florida that I fuck with working with. One of them's named Richie Day. Another one's Prada Andre. They all nice, though. They all have done shit for mad people. And, like, I just like working with people from our town specifically. Because, like, if I see someone that got the same drive as me, like, I'd rather, like, work with them and continue to grow. Because I know what it's like being from here.
Because I was going to get there. I guess we'll go there now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Howie G is a big name in the town, bro. Everybody know Howlr. Everybody want to come in. The boy's always booked. He's always working. You feel me? Like, when did you start realizing that, like, you were really, like, pivotal to, like, the music scene, like, in the town?
I would say, like, when we first got our old studio over at Sleepless, we were in there for a few months, and we didn't really have a ton of clients for real. Like, I would get like a couple here and there, but then like X actually brought mad people to the studio. Like, so X and all them started coming. Waldo and them all started coming. And once everybody started coming there, I think it was when we got the OT7 song. Like, when we did that one, that's when a lot of people were like, oh shoot, this is where Waldo's getting his music done, so I'm gonna have a bunch of other people come here. Like, even Skirhead came too. Like, a lot of people just started switching over because they knew, like, we were just in, like, a good location, I guess. And everybody liked the sound, so, like, people just kept coming back. And, like, every time they come, their homies came, and then their homies would come some other time. You know what I mean? It just, like a domino effect. But probably not till, like, that fourth or fifth month, that's when we really got the ball rolling.
I know you did that interview with Code Orange.
Yeah, that was a great interview.
Yeah, I was like, that was nice for you too.
On God.
That made it really like official. Because like before, like you kind
that's
of be
a fact.
like, nah, they kind of got some motion going.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Code Orange actually helped out a lot with that. Cause I remember when they dropped the top producers in Syracuse list, like, I was right up on that bitch. And that definitely helps a lot, especially like when you have a media page for your own city. Cause then it's like, as they're putting on everybody from there, like from the city, it's also like people from outside are hearing it because it's a media page. Like, when we have shows here and stuff, everything's always broadcasted about it. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. It definitely helped a lot being shout out by them. Shout out Code Orange for sure.
You have to be prepared for any opportunity that might come your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, mentally prepared, you know, skill-wise, technically prepared. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, when they talk about, you know, do what you love, follow your dreams, follow your heart, they don't really talk about, and they couldn't like really emphasize enough how important it is to be ready for that opportunity that comes your way at any moment in time. You cut a lot of hair for the basketball football team.
Yeah.
Right. So like, how did that come about?
So I was working in the mall for a while, and big guy, Cody, he came in randomly. Wasn't even sure who he was at first, you know what I mean? Just big guy. And I cut him up, and he rocked with it. And, you know, we talked, but, like, I never really got to say, like, you know, what do you do? You know what I mean? So I didn't understand that he was, like, an SU football player. And at this time, I hadn't cut anybody like that. No athletes, no D1 players, anything special. So when he followed me on Instagram after the cut, he liked it. You know what I mean? He followed me on Instagram. And I looked at it and I'm like, oh wow, like, my first D1 football player. Like, that's dope. It was a big moment for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. Like, he just seemed like a big dude. I didn't think none of it. And so, like, it definitely was a big moment. And I looked at it and I was just like, I ain't gonna lie, I looked at it a couple times. Like, damn, I really just cut up. You know what I mean? Because you just know that can do a lot for you, you know what I mean? And so he ended up hitting me up like less than a week later and brought like 3 guys, 3 more big dudes, my boy Doug, Dooge, Who else did he bring? My boy Big Spoon. I mean, can't forget Spoon. He had LaQuint Allen Jr., the running back, the star running back last year. He had him text me on IG. He hit me up, yo, you trying to chop me, da-da-da. So he came by, cut him up. And I feel like that right there was like what set it in stone. It was like, oh, LaQuint going to get his haircut from this dude. I'm gonna go. Everybody, yeah. So for sure, like when people was asking him, people was finding out where he was going. It just, my IG just started to get jumping, bro. And everybody, like random guys. I mean, sometimes you'll look at their page, they got other jerseys and stuff like that, but they're just committed to SU and they're on their way. So now I'm like, I got people committed to the school who are like following me ahead of time so that they have a barber when they get here and they hit me up, yo, I'm gonna be there this time. Like I got countless messages of guys saying, yo, I'll be here this month. I'm gonna need a chop when I get down there, this, that, and the third. So now it's got to that point. Like I got all the new recruits for 2025. I just cut, I mean, what was it? 2 days ago, I just cut a whole bunch of the freshmen in the dorms and stuff like that.
And they couldn't like really emphasize enough how important it is to be ready for that opportunity that comes your way at any moment in time. Like with these guys, you don't know whose hair you're gonna cut. You don't know who's gonna walk in the studio. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about me, you don't know who's gonna book you for a session.
Okay. So, top 5 to like, you said work with?
Yeah, work with or listen to.
Work with or listen to. Just in general. To listen to right now, I would say Wiz Havin. I like listening to Wiz Havin. I like listening to Highway. Who else do I like listening to? I ain't gonna lie, since Rio got out, I've been listening to Mad Rio. Damn, who else do I fuck with? Yo, I fuck with G40. He this one artist from Florida. He up and coming for sure. He's super hard. I just got a song with him recently. And I like Boston Richie a lot. But I would say to actually like work with, most of like people I'm connected with are from around here.
Oh, really? Yeah, so that boy, he a town hero.
Yeah, hell yeah. But most of the people that I really like to work with are from here. Definitely from here. Dream collabs. Dang. That's tough, cause I would really want to like do some shit. I would probably say like Pharrell. That would be hard. If I could get in the studio and just like pick knowledge from him, bro, that would be crazy. Or like Pierre Bourne. I ain't gonna lie, Pierre for sure. That would be fire.
Are you trying to like stay like, you feel me, keeping a chair in a shop? Or are you trying to be like more like the travel guy? You know what I'm saying? Like house call, on call type deal.
So it's hard to answer because as a barber, you want to work. You want to be behind your chair. You know what I'm saying? But I think that at a certain level in my career, I want to get from behind the chair essentially and to just do other things. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of like Ayeblendz and stuff like
Yeah.
That's another big YouTuber who I was like almost inspired by learning how to cut hair. And to see the way he's grown, like he sits the way we're sitting and has kind of like deep talks where he'll like cut their hair, all types of stuff like that. And like it kind of reminds me of me and the genuine conversations that I've had with a lot of people and clients, and you know, the way I've got to meet some cool people. And so like I always felt like that would be where I end up, you know what I mean? Just like you said, more of like a traveling on the road, you know what I mean, cutting important people. I genuinely believe and see that my future I think I'll be cutting really important people. That's my goals.
What are like the goals for the season, I guess?
For this year?
I mean, shit, it's a new year.
Yeah, nah.
You feel me? Done this year.
Honestly, I'm trying to get my YouTube channel monetized. Go follow my first channel. Please. I only need like 200 more subscribers and then I'm monetized. So I'm trying to get my YouTube monetized. I got 2 other channels, so I want to get those 2 monetized too. So really just trying to grind on YouTube. I definitely want to get more like obviously placements with like bigger artists and stuff. But like I want to get them to like release. That's like an issue. That's like the hardest thing is like getting the songs to actually release. Like you get like I got a ton of songs with artists that are unreleased, but it don't matter that you have that song until it's really like out, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know, that's the hardest thing for a producer. Cause like also like sometimes with these artists, you don't even get to like be in it on the room. Like I wish like that's how it was. That's why I like having a studio, cause like I can be in the room and affect what's going on. That's why I really hope like I can help an artist from like where I'm from like get big, you know what I mean? Cause then it'll be more like we're all in on it, you know what I mean? Like we all doing our part, you know what I mean? It's just tough sometimes working with people that you're not physically in the room with, you know what I mean? But probably just get more songs released.
So when you hear these stories about these two guys, you know what I'm saying, and they're talking about how, you know, it was either going to school or grinding, you know what I'm saying, and you really had to pick between which one resonated more with you and which one really, you know, fed your soul. Because I can completely, you know, relate when bro talk about, you know, he bringing his laptop to class and making beats in class. Bro, I was in high school, bro. We were skipping class to go in the practice room to go practice our instruments. I was skipping class to go make short films and do like little photo projects for myself in the middle of school, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm really out here, you know, making it. What's your apprenticeship? How long you been doing it and how'd you get it?
So, I got a buddy, Jaden. We were chilling one day, we were hitting the gym, and I was just talking about, you know, what's been going on lately. Like, you know, I wasn't in the last shop, I was in the mall, and so I've been offered like 3 or 4 shops, conversated about people about it, and nothing really like sat right with me. Like, it's not like it was any specific issues with the person, the shops, anything like that. It's just that gut feeling, it wasn't there, and I was just waiting. I want to be patient. I got like a studio in my house. I got a mirror, chair, station. I like pretty much this right here, but a small version of it. And so I was all right, you know, as long as my rent's paid in the house, I have a space to cut, people still come. It was working for me, so I wasn't rushing to just get in any old chair, because I know that I've been in 3 shops and had no opportunity to get a license. Even if somebody did like have the capability to help me do so, it wasn't there for me. So when me and my buddy were talking, and I was just talking about like this situation I was in, just waiting and hoping, not necessarily hoping, but just, you know, waiting patiently for an opportunity to strike. He told me about Jeff. It's like uncle to him, close to one, and he was just like, yeah, bro, he's got his own shop, he's by himself, this, that, and the third. Been cutting hair for 20 years plus, licensed 15 plus, like he's official, you know what I mean? I think it'd be a good opportunity for you. And so I heard him out, and like I said, it was just like that gut feeling, like this sound like a stepping stone for me. So I gave it a shot. I talked to Jeff a bit. He seemed pretty cool, so I came here and we started to chop it up. Now this station here, this is the first time I ever, you know, started working in the shop and had everything already set up for me, you know what I mean? Like, I came here, I had sprays, I had powder, I had the barbicide jar, brushes, combs, towels, alcohol, like everything was supplied for me. You're paying $100 a week, you know what I mean? It adds up a bit, and so why not take care of your barbers, you know what I mean? I never really had that. Like, you'd be lucky if you had toilet paper at some of these shops. Word up. So it's like, I mean, that was a big thing for me. That kind of showed me that he's professional and actually cares, you know what I mean? Like, it's helping me understand like taxes for being a barber. That way you can not necessarily take advantage, but do things the right way. You know what I mean? That way you're established, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be this, like, I never wanted to just be a crappy Syracuse barber. And I don't mean to say it no way or directly towards any other barbers. I don't want to be stuck, you know what I mean? I want to have opportunity. I want, like, a license opens doors. Like, for you to say, yes, I have my license, you can't, not everybody can say that. And so for like someone to ask you and you're just like, nah, I gotta do this and that, and then I can, you know what I mean? I don't want to say that. I want to be proud to say like I'm a barber apprentice. I got maybe a year or so till I get my license. I'm working very hard towards it. Like that kind of energy, like I'd feel so much more comfortable getting a haircut from somebody like that. You know what I mean? Than somebody who's, yeah, I've been cutting hair for 10 years. Oh, you licensed? No. Like, that don't sound good to me, you know? So, like, I think that was one of my most important things, was to just lock in, get my license. Because I'm young, man. I know we can't say we young forever, but I am still pretty young, and I know I got a lot of things to do still. So I feel like starting with a license now is going to be a head start.
One. All right. Yeah. Took a little breaky break and then we back.
God.
Yo, how long you been making beats, gang?
How long I've been making beats?
Yeah.
I started the summer of 2021. Summer of 2021. So what is that, like 4 years? It's about to be 4 years. I started making beats, started recording probably 3 years. Wake up, yo, go in the kitchen, probably pop some like toaster oven. Like, you know what I mean? Like some motherfucking, what are they called? Damn, why can I not think of the name? Toaster strudel. Probably make a couple of those and some eggs. Probably literally go straight, like, I ain't gonna lie. So the first like month I was going to class, but after this one test, I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I can't do this. Like, you really like, you realize you go to college, you got some money from like graduation and all that. You go to college, bro, you go through that money mad fast, bro. I was parlaying. I was going out to the clubs, mad frat parties, because I was like, yo, that's where everybody going. So I'm like, bro, I'm there. My roommate going there, I'm like, all right, bet, we in it. But then I was like, instead of going to class, like, I'm bringing my laptop and I'm cooking up beats in class. So like, I'm trying to like learn this shit. Like, I was really trying to learn this shit. And my shit was terrible. Like, I was sending it to everybody. Like, I was sending my beats all over the place. And I was like, damn, bro, why can't I get nothing? I'm setting up my beat store. I'm trying to do everything. And literally not until like a year later, like, my beats are really like sendable. Like, I finally started like understanding the program, like what to do, like stuff like that, you know what I mean?
And I'm just super excited for this journey that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited to see what this turns into, how this grows, whose story gets told, who we get to come in and sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is just an opportunity for new growth. Everything is an opportunity for you to learn something. And I really want to emphasize that my main goal here is I want to show off other people.
I dropped out, started working at Wendy's and just making beats. Literally dropped out of school, started working at Wendy's, started making beats.
What has been like your big motivations? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that whenever you take anything this seriously or you have passion about it, it doesn't just come from anywhere.
Right.
So like, what's been your big motivators for you getting into like this new chapter in your life? You feel me?
I definitely think that, like I said a minute ago, like, working the jobs that I started with was a huge motivation for me, because it gave me something to look back at and say, I don't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go back to that. And it kept me motivated, you know what I mean? Like, seeing the way that things are ran, seeing how much money that some of these places bring in, and knowing that I'm just a small pawn, it never sat right with me. So that motivated me to, you know, want to be my own boss, essentially. And that was just the start of that, because now, cutting hair, I get to be a private contractor, my own boss. I really get to do whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? I get to open shops if I want, get other barbers in the future, things like that. I get to become the boss, you know what I mean? And that's been a goal for me since I started working. So like, it's a start, you know what I mean? And then I definitely think another big motivation for me would be my mom. She passed away about 2 years ago now, and it was one of the hardest thing I've ever experienced, because it wasn't as simple as that. I mean, she was sick for a while, and I feel like she genuinely knew and just didn't have it in her to like tell me. So I could never have been ready for that, you know what I mean? I was the baby. My sister's 27. So I'm the baby, you know what I mean? Like, feels like everybody else knew what was going on except me, because I was the baby. So I really want to prove to her that I could be, you know what I mean, the big boss. Like, that's how I looked at her. That's how a lot of people viewed her, as like this big boss lady. Like, that's how they treated her, like, I mean, the boss. And so I just want to prove that I can be that as well.
Really got my first studio in my first couple of years, and I just started learning. Especially because of my one boy Dre out in Buffalo, when I was living out there, he put me on a lot, like taught me mad shit. So that was definitely a blessing, because he would let me like run sessions while he's there, and he's showing me what to do and everything. So like he really big bro, I was trying, but I got an 84 on a test and failed, so I was like, fuck it. I ain't got 80. I guess so. I guess I had to do some test corrections. I was like, man, that's crazy. I missed one math class too, and like I was really on top of everything. I missed one math class, yo, because of work. And I show up to the next math class, and I'm like, yo, what is we doing? Like, I don't understand none of this shit. I swear to God. I was caught up with everything up until one class, and I was like, bro, we on a whole nother thing now. I don't...
What were you doing, like a unit a day?
Yeah, some shit, bro. Because it would be like blocks, bro. It would be like 1:40 of straight math. No breaks, straight math.
You said no spice, no nothing.
Nah, I swear, bro. Straight math. I did great in high school, so I thought college was gonna be a breeze, but nah, you really gotta study and shit, yo. I'm just not the type to study. Like, I'll see something one time and I understand it.
What do you feel like your mom would be saying about like you if she could see you now? You know what I'm saying?
I definitely think she'd be extremely proud of me. I feel like her growing up, seeing other barbers in society in general, they weren't necessarily like, you know what I mean, living the best. They were just, you know, an average part of the society. So like, for me to grow up and say I want to be a barber, instead of like all types of things that she has in mind, like I feel like as a parent you have goals set for your kids in your own mind. Like, you want your kids to be great, you want them to accomplish a lot of things and such. So like, I feel like she didn't necessarily understand at first what it could become. Like, you know, haircuts used to be, how much were you charging when you first started, Jeff? $12. $12. You know what I mean? Like, that's wild. $12 for 30 minutes of your time, almost an hour of your time, like, depending on who you are, how you are. So, I mean, I feel like it didn't sit well with her for a while. You know what I mean? So, we definitely got into it a bit about it because, you know, I was under her roof and I was getting older and I'm not having anything to show for it. You know what I mean? It was hard. It was a lot of countless days just sitting in the shop, just watching everybody else make money and do this and do that, and I just had to sit and soak it all in. And so, you know what I mean? I'd go there for hours, come home with nothing, no money. And I mean, oh, what'd you do today? You cut anybody hair? You make any money? Nah, not today. I just learned, I watched. You know what I mean? That stuff, it wasn't sitting well with her. And so, I feel like I never actually got the chance to prove her wrong, to, you know, show her what it could be. And so this is like, I feel like my time to do that, and it's just what I've been doing.
We could put this on Spotify. Key. The audio, that would be a good idea to monetize it. It's another way you could monetize.
Do that?
If you were to edit the audio, like edit it to where you want exactly with the video, and instead of posting that, just post the audio of it. You know what I mean? That would be a smart idea.
Oh.
It's like some Vlad TV shit.
Yeah. I want it to be like organic, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
Nah, I get it. I feel like those are the only good type of interviews anyway.
like I said, like a travel, like you want to go and shop. What do you feel like your end game is?
So I definitely see myself traveling, essentially, like, you know, maybe cutting up teams, cutting up important people, like I said before, stuff like that. Obviously, that's a big goal of mine, and it always will be. But I want to own shops, you know what I mean? Different cities. Like, I want like my own brand, my own company, and to just have, you know what I mean, different barbershops in different states and such, like where my name rings bells everywhere, you know what I mean? Like when people say the name Ayeblendz, it rings in any city. It's just, I mean, that's my goal, is to be one of those guys.
What did you do in your childhood that you feel like shaped who you are like right now?
Damn. Because when I think about it, I really just think about like just how I was raised by like my parents type thing. But like honestly, everything you do has like everything you've ever done has shaped you to be the way you are. Like my parents like embedded me with like if you sign up for something or start something, like there's no quit in it. Like you have to at least finish it. Like this year, you know what I mean? Because like we already signed you up, so how you gonna just like stop in the middle of the year? You know what I mean? Like regardless. So I just carried that mentality with everything. Like if I start something, I can't finish it until it's done. You know what I mean? I see what happens when you keep working and like I see like what you could have. You know what I'm saying? Like I see the possibilities and all that in everything. You know what I mean? And that's just how you gotta live life.
So thank you if you tuned in. You know what I'm saying? I'm always grateful, forever grateful. I got more in store for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really working. You know what I'm saying? I didn't forget about nobody. I'm really just back here working in the background, trying to get myself together and trying to produce, some better content for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be like everybody else.
I'm Alex Gonzalez. Chase your dreams and keep pushing through everything that life throws at you. Peace.
Shit. I just want everybody to know shit. I don't know. What should I tell the people? I would say, man, just lock in on what you love to do until it can be your full-time job type shit. 'Cause anything's possible. Shout out to Vzns.
Shout out that boy Howlr. H.O. Right?
H.OWLR. Just type in Howlr. It should pop up regardless. Should pop up. Sub on YouTube, please. Yeah, Howlr Beats. I got like 3 different accounts named Howlr Beats, so you'll probably find all of them.
Means a lot to me and is something different than the cookie cutter shit that y'all be seeing everywhere else. So like I said, thank you. Blessings to y'all, your families, and see you next time.